Welcome back to Good Day Las Vegas. Metro Sheriff Joe Lombardo joins us once again for our Morning Cup of Joe's segment. Sheriff, good to see you once again.
Morning, John.
All right, so it's still a few months off, but we look ahead to New Year's Eve as soon as the one before has just finished. And here on the Las Vegas Strip, it's a big deal, of course. But we've got COVID around. We've had some issues of crime on the Strip recently. What are the plans underway right now from Metro with regards to New Year's Eve in Las Vegas?
So in today's timeline or today's schedule, they are planning fireworks. LVCVA and Las Vegas Events wants to move forward with the fireworks show. Now, as far as the county issuing a license to block Las Vegas Boulevard and for customers, pedestrians to occupy Las Vegas Boulevard, that is still up in the air. So, and whether there's going to be any live entertainment associated with the event or not, that's still up in the air. So we're going week to week, John. It's unfortunate, but in the days of COVID and the unknowns associated with COVID, we still don't know what that's going to look like.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Recently, Metro had a bit of a graduation for communications specialist trainees. It's a 10-week academy. It's pretty intense. Talk about these employees now with Metro, what they do, and just if it's a need that you guys still need to fill moving forward.
Yeah, it's a critical need. That's our first point of contact for our citizens when they call, whether they're in distress or not, or whether it's a general call for service. But the important piece on that is we're hiring, and we've continued to hire during this COVID pandemic. I have put a hiring freeze on most of the specialties within the police department to include police officers until we can figure out what the budget looks like moving forward. But dispatch specialists, that is one specialty or one classification we have continued to hire because of the important needs. So it's a 10-week academy. They do a classroom environment, and then they do a live environment out on the dispatch floor. So the qualifications are you got to have a high school diploma, be able to type 35 words per minute, and have a good attitude, obviously, and pass a background.
I'm also curious, what has retention been like at Metro? We've heard in other parts of our community that retention in some areas has been a bit challenging. Is Metro seeing the same thing?
No, I'm happy to say we're not seeing the same thing. We're seeing our normal numbers of attrition year over year. Currently, there might be a handful of people that have decided to pursue a different career as you know, associated with what took with the reforms and the defunding of the police conversations and dealing with protesters and people, you know, in that anger interaction that they didn't sign up for. But that's less than a handful of people.
Well, Sheriff Lombardo, thank you again for joining us and taking our questions. If you at home have a question for Sheriff Joe Lombardo, you can submit it at 8newsnow.com. Find out if it's answered every Wednesday.